Have you ever felt like you're in a constant battle with yourself? Like there are two different people living inside of you? One version is ambitious, hopeful, and full of vision. This is the you that decides to finally commit to a new diet or exercise plan, to walk away from a bad relationship that has run its course, or to finally start that business you've been dreaming about for years. You get fired up, you feel a surge of motivation, you push hard, and then a few weeks, or maybe even just a few days later, you find yourself right back where you started, feeling drained, discouraged, and like a failure. Again, that feeling of sliding back into old patterns is deeply frustrating. It can make you question your own character, your discipline, your willpower. You might tell yourself, I guess I just don't have what it takes. But what if I told you that this struggle isn't your fault? What if this internal civil war is happening because you've been taught to chase your goals in a way that literally blocks the inner wisdom that is always here to support you? What if the secret to finally achieving your deepest desires wasn't about pushing harder, but about getting quiet, aligning your own powerful energy, and learning to truly listen to the guidance that is already within and all around you? The reason most of our carefully crafted New Year's resolutions crumble into dust by February isn't a lack of willpower or a moral failing. It's a biological misunderstanding. We set goals in a way that our own nervous system, the very system designed to keep us alive, perceives as a direct threat to our survival. This misunderstanding triggers a powerful, ancient biological chain reaction that creates a huge amount of internal noise, a kind of energetic static that completely drowns out the gentle, quiet whispers of your own inner wisdom and your guides. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the fascinating neuroscience of why this happens. We'll explore exactly what goes on in your brain when you try to force massive change. And then, more importantly, I'm going to give you a complete, practical, and gentle guide to work with your energy and your biology, not against them. By the end of this, you will have a new framework, a new way of being that will allow your goals for 2026 to finally and peacefully click into place. Section 1, the problem, a battle between fear and guidance. Every January, it's the same collective ritual. Millions of us make a solemn promise to ourselves. We declare this year will be different. But the entire process, from the way we set the goal to the way we pursue it, is often perfectly set up for failure. Studies consistently show that by mid-February, as many as 80% of New Year's resolutions have already been completely abandoned. In fact, some research suggests that only about 8 to 9% of people who make resolutions successfully keep them for the entire year. This isn't just a quirky cultural habit. It's a massive, predictable cycle of hope followed by disappointment. This pattern isn't a sign of some widespread personal flaw or a collective lack of discipline. It's a giant, flashing sign that our entire approach to personal change is fundamentally misaligned with how we, as human beings, are designed to evolve and grow. I know this cycle intimately. For years, I had a pattern where I would be incredibly disciplined with my habits. I'd be on a roll, everything would feel like it was finally going right, and then almost predictably, I would become reckless, almost destructive. I'd undo all my progress, and then, of course, it would be necessary for me to get disciplined all over again. It felt like a trap I couldn't escape. Looking back, I realized this chaos was a replication of my childhood environment, where everything could be calm, a clean house, dinner on the table, and then suddenly, mayhem would erupt. My nervous system was wired for that pattern of stability followed by crisis. It wasn't until I started practicing some of the very tools we'll discuss today, including energy work and body scans, that the pattern began to shift. It happened very subtly, bit by bit, but that exhausting cycle finally loosened its grip, and I found a more balanced way of relating to my life and my goals. This is what happens when we approach our goals like we're fighting a brutal physical war against ourselves. We are taught from a very young age that to change, we have to use force, grit, and relentless effort. But here's the fundamental truth that changes everything. We are fundamentally beings of energy. This isn't just a spiritual concept anymore. Modern physics, particularly quantum physics, is even beginning to acknowledge that our bodies are not just solid matter, but complex, dynamic energy fields that continuously interact with the environment around us. Yet, we approach our personal goals like we're fighting a brutal physical war against ourselves. We set these huge, ambitious, earth-shattering goals that demand a complete life overhaul overnight. We expect to transform instantly through sheer, white-knuckled grit. But that sensation you feel when you do this, that feeling of pushing a massive boulder uphill with every muscle straining, that's your body's ancient survival system screaming at the top of its lungs that something is wrong. Your nervous system is hardwired with one primary directive: keep you safe. And to your brain, safe almost always means familiar. A sudden, massive leap into the unknown, even if it's a positive one, is registered by your biology as a full-blown crisis, making it nearly impossible to hear the calm, clear voice of your own inner wisdom. Instead of fighting our way toward a new self, a battle that almost always ends in exhausting failure, we need a paradigm shift. We should focus on letting our best selves unfold. Think of it like a master sculptor looking at a raw block of marble. The beautiful form, the masterpiece, is already inside that stone. The artist doesn't force a new shape onto the marble. They don't add more material. They simply, gently, and skillfully chip away the pieces that aren't part of the final sculpture. The process most of us use to change is the exact opposite. We try to add force, to add pressure, to add more rules and more struggle. The real secret isn't to add force, but to remove resistance. So, how do we begin gently chipping away at that internal resistance, that marble casing that hides our true self? It starts by making small, consistent, energetic shifts that create a sense of safety, allowing your best self to naturally and gracefully come forward. Section 2. The science of why force fails. To truly understand why this internal battle is so draining and ultimately ineffective, let's look at two key players in your brain: the highly evolved prefrontal cortex and the ancient, powerful limbic system. Think of your prefrontal cortex, or PFC, as your wise planner. It's the most recently evolved, logical, and sophisticated part of your brain located right behind your forehead. The PFC is responsible for your long-term vision, complex planning, rational decision-making, and self-control. It's the part of you that can connect to a higher purpose, that can receive intuitive guidance and wisely decide, for my future health, happiness, and energetic alignment, I should probably establish a routine of going to the gym 3 times a week. The wise planner sees the long-term benefit and creates a beautiful, logical plan. But then there's the limbic system, which we can call the ego protector. This is an ancient, incredibly powerful part of your brain that has been around for millions of years. It handles emotions and, most importantly, survival. Its main job is brutally simple: keep you safe by seeking pleasure and avoiding pain or discomfort, right now in this very moment. It has no concept of next year or even next week. So when your wise planner receives a beautiful piece of guidance for a big, life-changing goal, the ego protector, and specifically a little almond-shaped region within it called the amygdala, doesn't see a brilliant plan for personal evolution. It sees danger, It sees the discomfort of waking up an hour earlier in the cold, dark morning. It sees the vulnerability of walking into a gym for the first time and not knowing what to do. It sees the stress of breaking a cozy, familiar habit like scrolling on your phone. And because it perceives a threat, it does its job. It sounds a loud, internal alarm, flooding your entire system with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This stress response is a masterpiece of evolutionary design for short-term survival, like running from a predator, but it is a disaster for long-term growth. When cortisol floods your system, it creates a state of high alert, a fight, flight, or freeze response. This literally changes the way you think, making you more likely to perceive things negatively and encouraging risky, short-sighted decision-making. That's why, in a moment of stress, you're far more likely to abandon your healthy eating plan for a quick hit of comfort food. Cortisol narrows your focus to the immediate threat. It drains your precious energy reserves, and it makes you crave the comfort and safety of the very habits you're desperately trying to change. Your body, in its attempt to keep you safe, is trying to lure you back to the perceived safety of what's known, which directly blocks the calm, clear, inner wisdom you're trying to access. On top of all that, there's the dopamine problem. Dopamine is often misunderstood and simply called the pleasure molecule, but it's more accurately the motivation molecule. It's a neurotransmitter that gives you a hit of satisfaction and drive when you anticipate or achieve a reward. But here's the catch. Massive long-term goals like lose 30 pounds or write a book don't offer an immediate payoff. The finish line is so far away that your brain can't see it. You're essentially asking your brain to run a marathon with no water stations or cheering crowds along the way. Without consistent, small rewards to trigger that essential dopamine release, our motivation stalls and eventually sputters out. That initial burst of New Year's enthusiasm just vanishes, leaving you feeling flat and uninspired. Section 3. Quieting the internal noise, the science of alignment. So if brute force and massive goals are the problem, what's the solution? The good news is there's a much better, more elegant, and infinitely more compassionate way. It's about working with your brain's natural processes and your body's inherent energetic systems. The key isn't more willpower. It's creating a state of profound internal safety so that you can finally and clearly hear your own inner wisdom. This ideal state is what scientists and spiritual teachers alike often call coherence. Coherence is a state of cooperative alignment between the heart, the mind, and the emotions. Groundbreaking research from institutions like the HeartMath Institute has shown that when we intentionally cultivate positive and calm emotions like gratitude, care, or compassion, our heart rhythms physically change. They become smooth, ordered, and sine wave-like. This is called a coherent heart rhythm. This coherent state sends powerful, calming signals up to the brain that quiet the alarm bells of the limbic system. It's like your heart is sending a message to your brain that says, hey, everything is okay, we're safe. You can stand down the emergency response. It's precisely why we so often get our best ideas, our intuitive hits, and creative breakthroughs in the shower, on a long walk in nature, or during meditation. In those relaxed, non-threatening moments, your limbic system is quiet. The static is gone. Your prefrontal cortex, your wise planner, can actually hear the subtle signals of your inner guidance, which some call the higher self, and others feel as the gentle support of guides or angels, without constantly fighting the panicked shouting of the ego protector. When you feel safe and energetically aligned, your brain is primed for creative problem solving and accessing your own deep, intuitive solutions. The primary goal, then, is to intentionally quiet the internal static that comes from that chronic threat response. You have to learn to make changes that are so small, so gentle, so non-threatening that your ego protector doesn't even bother sounding the alarm. It sees the change as too insignificant to worry about. When your nervous system feels safe and secure during the process of change, the resistance melts away. You stop fighting yourself and you start flowing with the natural, energetic current of your life's unfolding path. It's a shift from battling the river to simply steering your boat in the direction you wish to go. Section 4. A practical guide to align your energy for 2026. This all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you create this state of safety and coherence in your daily life? Here is a simple 3-part framework to work with your own biology and energy to make your goals for 2026 actually stick. This is about creating small, sacred practices that don't trigger your threat response and instead allow your best self to emerge with grace. Practice 1, the twofold journaling method for vision and intuition. For this practice, you'll want to get 2 separate journals, or you can simply divide one notebook into 2 distinct sections. The separation is important as they serve 2 very different functions. First, create a vision journal for 2026. Sometime before the new year begins, set aside some quiet, sacred time for reflection. Look back on the past year, not with judgment or criticism, but with gentle curiosity. Ask yourself, what were the biggest lessons? What moments or activities brought me genuine joy? What people and situations consistently drained my energy? When did I feel most like my authentic self? Then, using these reflections, set your vision for the year to come. But here's the crucial shift. Instead of a rigid, outcome-based resolution like, I will lose 20 pounds, set a feeling-based intention. An intention is a gentle direction, an invitation to the universe, not a demand. To avoid that internal fight, frame it as what you want to feel or be. For example, instead of lose 20 pounds, the intention becomes, my intention is to feel vibrant, light, and energized in my body. Instead of get a new job, it might be, I am open to experiencing more creative fulfillment and feeling deeply valued in my professional life. This subtle shift in language lowers the stakes, removes the pass-fail pressure, and frames your goal as a beautiful unfolding, not a brutal battle. Second, you will start an intuition journal. This is a simple, non-negotiable daily practice. Every single day, your only goal is to write down one subtle nudge you hear. That's it. Just one. This inner voice from your higher self or your guides is usually quiet, neutral, and unemotional, unlike the loud, charged voice of fear. It could be anything. A sudden urge to call a friend you haven't spoken to in ages. A feeling you should take a different route to work. A creative idea that pops into your head out of nowhere, or even a subtle warning feeling about a person or situation. These nudges can seem silly, random, illogical, or even feel wrong at first. That doesn't matter. The point of this practice is not to judge the guidance, but simply to practice hearing it. Think of your intuition like a muscle. The more you practice listening to it and acknowledging it by writing it down, the stronger and clearer the connection becomes. Just one intuitive thought a day. Then, at the end of each week or month, gently review your entries. You may be absolutely amazed to see which small nudges protected you from difficulty, or which seemingly random ideas led to something beautiful and unexpected. This is the real, grounded practice of manifestation, tuning into the constant stream of guidance that helps you co-create your life. Practice 2, the morning energy alignment. Since we are energetic beings, we can consciously and intentionally work with our own energy. This practice takes only a minute or 2 and sets a powerful, coherent tone for your entire day. When you first wake up, before you check your phone, before your feet even touch the floor, gently lay your hands on your body. You can place them on your heart, your stomach, or anywhere else that feels right and comforting to you. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath in, and an even slower breath out. Set a simple intention for healing, love, and acceptance. You can say silently to yourself, I am sending healing energy to my body today. Or a simple, powerful phrase like, I love and accept myself completely. Feel the gentle warmth from your hands on your skin. You can also add a specific invitation here. Many spiritual traditions believe it is a universal law that our guides and angels cannot intervene without our express permission. So you can simply say, I invite my guides and angels to work with me today for my highest good. This simple act of invitation opens a powerful channel for support. As you continue this practice daily, you might start to feel subtle energetic effects, a gentle tingling, a sense of warmth spreading through your chest or belly, or just a feeling of profound calm and peace. Even if you feel nothing at all, you are starting your day with a radical act of profound self-love, and that alone raises your energetic vibration and promotes a state of well-being that quiets the nervous system. Practice 3. The body scan for energetic release. Our bodies and the energy fields around them can hold on to past experiences, emotional wounds, and traumas. This can create energetic blockages that can manifest as physical tension, chronic pain, or simply a feeling of being stuck in our lives. A body scan is a simple yet incredibly powerful mindfulness practice to gently notice and invite the release of this stored energy. To do this, find a comfortable position, either sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the floor or lying down on your back. Close your eyes and take 3 deep, cleansing breaths. Now, start by bringing your awareness all the way down to the tips of your toes on both feet. Just notice any sensations there without any judgment. Do you feel tingling, warmth, coolness, numbness, or nothing at all? Whatever you feel is perfectly okay. Then slowly, like a gentle wave, guide your awareness up through your body to the soles of your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, and so on. Moving slowly all the way up to the very crown of your head. As you scan, if you find an area of tension, pain, or discomfort, perhaps in your shoulders, your jaw, or your lower back, don't try to force it away or get frustrated with it. Just breathe into that spot. Imagine your breath carrying a gentle, loving, healing awareness directly to that area, and feel free to ask your inner wisdom or guides to help you release what no longer serves you. And with each long, slow exhale, imagine that tension softening, loosening its grip, and gently dissolving. This practice isn't about fixing anything, it's about bringing loving, non-judgmental awareness to your body and allowing stored, stuck energy to gently release on its own time. Section 5, the summary and the real manifestation. All right, let's bring this all together. The powerful, recurring reason your goals so often fail isn't a flaw in you. It's your ancient, well-meaning biology working directly against your modern intentions. To create lasting, meaningful, soul-aligned change, you need a completely new approach. One that is rooted in both modern science and ancient, soulful wisdom. First, you need to acknowledge the resistance. Recognize that the struggle, the procrastination, the self-sabotage you feel is your nervous system's threat response in action. It's creating energetic and mental static that is specifically designed to block your own intuitive messages and keep you in familiar territory. Second, you must shift to gentle intentions and practices. Ditch the rigid, all or nothing, punishing rules that set you up for failure. Instead, use the twofold journaling method to set a powerful, feeling-based vision for your year and to practice the art of listening to your daily inner guidance. And third, you need to actively work with your energy. Use simple, beautiful practices like the morning energy alignment and the body scan to consciously create a state of safety, peace, and coherence in your nervous system. This includes inviting support from your guides or angels, which quiets the static and allows the clear signal of your inner wisdom to finally emerge. This brings us back to what manifestation really is. Beyond the pop culture hype, this isn't magical thinking or just wishing for things. True manifestation is the natural outcome that occurs when you finally stop wasting enormous amounts of life force energy fighting your own body and instead create the internal conditions necessary to hear your own inner wisdom. Think of it like tuning an old-fashioned radio. The music, your guidance, your path, your highest potential is always being broadcast. But if your dial is tuned to the wrong frequency, all you hear is static. The struggle and force of traditional goal setting is like trying to yell over the static. The practices we've discussed are how you gently turn the dial. When you quiet that internal noise and create safety in your nervous system, you create space. In that quiet space, your intuition, which you might call your deepest desires, your true self, or your divine guidance, can finally be heard. So for 2026, I invite you to forget the massive, punishing goals. Start small. Be profoundly kind to your brain and to your body. Open yourself to the deep well of your own inner wisdom. Invite in the support of your guides, and watch how a path of quiet, consistent, and loving action creates the biggest and most beautiful changes of all.